This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.
Hi, my name is Igor Kheifets, and this is the List Building Lifestyle, the only podcast which delivers cutting-edge conversion strategies from the online trenches straight to your earbuds. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. I also invite you to grab a free copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. And now, once again, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Welcome back to another edition of the List Building Lifestyle with your host, Igor Kheifets. When I started out in this business back in the late 2000s, around 2008 or 2009, it's funny how it's only been, less than a decade, and I already can't really remember when I got started. But when I was starting out, I joined this company called Global Domains International, and it's still around. It still does exist. If you look it up, Global Domains International, or GDI for short, you'll see that this is a company that offers you a website and a hosting account for $10 a month, and you can now refer people to get a website as well. And anyone you refer basically gets you $1 commission, and if they refer two people and their two people refer two people, you can make a good residual income. That's what I joined. That was my very first business opportunity. Now, why did I join it? Well, first off, I did not know what a good business opportunity was, and that's the one business opportunity that they told me to join. My mentor, Jody, she told me that, this is the right fit for me. And I joined simply because that's all I could afford at the time. You have to remember, I was, I think, 18 or 19 at the time. I did not have any money whatsoever. I didn't even have a day job, but I really wanted to make money from home. And all I could afford was this $10 per month charge, which I negotiated with my mother and slapped it on her credit card. And for the next 3.5 years, I proceeded to make absolutely nothing with this company or any other business opportunity I joined. Now, the interesting part is that when it comes to business opportunities, one of the misconceptions that people have is they think they need to recruit thousands and thousands of people. Now, that is actually not true. In order to make a really solid six-figure income, you do not need to recruit thousands of people. In fact, you need less than a dozen high-quality producers. You need some leaders on your team, and the leaders will start recruiting other people, and they will recruit other people, and eventually you can grow a 10,000 people organization just because you're managing like 6 high-quality producers under yourself. And this concept is tremendous, and it applies to more than just business opportunities. It applies to building any organization and any tribe, if you will, of any sort. And this is where a lot of people go wrong about building their businesses. They're just looking for thousands of customers rather than looking for those, quality, for that half a dozen quality producers. And this is something I've been reminded of a couple of years back when we were experiencing some issues with our human resources department. Now, my company ain't that big, of course. I don't have a human resources department, but I have a person who kind of part-time is responsible for managing our human resources, if you will. So I call him a department, just to make it seem more important and to make myself feel better as if I'm a big shot or something. And so the problem we experienced was we were never able to hire superstars. We would bring someone on board, we would teach them the skill set, and 2 months later they would leave, or we would fire them, or something would happen and we were back at square one again. And that was really frustrating because you invest a lot of time and a lot of money into educating and training and staff, and bam, they just leave. So after some time of hiring and firing people, I got so tired of this that I decided to approach my hiring and firing process the same way I approach marketing. Now, in marketing, in case you don't know, in case you never bought from us, in case you never dealt with my organization, we do not rush to pitch you. We do not allow you the opportunity to get traffic with us or anything else for that matter right away. You have to go through some qualification questions. You have to go through a process. You have to watch some videos, and only then you will be allowed to buy from us. Okay, and so this qualification process, while it may upset a lot of people and push a lot of customers away, at the same time allows us to get much higher quality customers that are so much easier to work with, that are coming in with the right mindset that allow us to not only run a thriving business, but also run a business which is based on serving really good people, the kind of people that I'm really excited meeting in person whenever I go to marketing events or seminars or fly out to Europe or United States of America, because these are just good people. My principle when it comes to customers and marketing and closing deals is pitching is something I do last. Before I can do that, I have to understand whether or not it's a good fit, because both the customer has the right to say no to doing business with us, but we too have the right to say no, and we really generate our customers slowly. Unlike most other organizations, especially most other solo-ed providers who are just trigger happy to pitch you something and shove some clicks down your throat. And so I decided to take the exact same approach with hiring employees and team members. And so what we started doing, rather than seeing somebody, interviewing them for 20 minutes and saying, "Oh, I like this person, let's give them a shot," no matter whether or not we liked somebody, we had a series of hoops for them to jump through in order for that person to qualify themselves. So the first thing we would do is we would have them pass a typing test. We wanted to see how fast they type. Then we made them shoot a video on their computer and upload it to YouTube and send it to us, answering a bunch of different questions, such as why should we work with you, such as what is your weakness, what are your strengths, what do you hate about your last boss, which actually tells a lot about people, believe it or not. And a bunch of questions like that. Once they passed these two stages, we got them in for 2 hours of actual work, and this work revolved around watching a tutorial for an hour and then doing the same test they just watched on video on their own without supervision to see how they were able to retain the information. Then, as they were doing it, I was watching how they take notes, what do they do, and by judging their behavior, I was able to tell the superstars from the non-superstars. So out of, say, interviewing 20 people, we would end up with 3 candidates, just 3 candidates that were really good, from which I would choose 2 or even just 1 that I would hire into my organization. And the result of such qualification process was tremendous. Rather than now hiring and firing people every month, I was able to go through this short qualification process and get team members that stuck with me for a year and a half. And not only that, these team members became so integral to the day-to-day operations that if they were to quit, I would seriously be in trouble, because these people were superstars. Now, sure, superstars demanded higher pay, and that is perfectly fine. But I was able to kind of weed out the gold, right? I was able to kind of sift through the dirt to get the gold, if you will. Now, when it comes to marketing, we take the exact same approach, and that's the exact approach I wanted to share with you today, because too many people are trigger happy to sell something. They're trigger happy to make a claim. They're trigger happy to try and get the prospect on board, but nobody takes the time to question them. Nobody takes the time to qualify their team members, because at the end of the day, your time is actually extremely limited. You only have 24 hours in a day, 365 days in a year. And that's true for everybody, no matter if you're the president or you're just starting a home-based business. And here's the thing. Would you really like to waste time on somebody who's a low-quality person, who does not fit into your organization, who is simply not going to be of help to achieving your vision? If the question is yes and you're willing to waste time on such a person, then by all means do it. But if the question is no, and you'd like to surround yourself with high-quality people that help you achieve the results you want in your life, that help you build your vision, that are aligned with where you're going, that support your mission, and that are willing to invest themselves, their time, their effort, and their energy into building this thing together with you, then in order to find those people, you have to qualify the incoming traffic flow that you're getting. So from the 1,000 leads you've gotten today, your job is to weed out the 100 that are potentially good, and then the 10 that are really, really good. You will always have to weed out from the thousands down to the hundreds, down to the tens, down to the dozens, right down to just singles that are really good. And remember, you don't need too many people. You don't need more than 6 high-quality people in your organization to make a 6-figure income. You just don't need it. That's the math will stack up in your favor, especially if you're promoting a high-ticket opportunity. which is, of course, another important part of building a six-figure income. You need to have a high-ticket income stream in order to be able to make a lot of money in minimum time, in order to have other people that are on your team do the same, right? Because that's what we all want, right? That's what everybody wants today. Everybody's short on time. Everybody's super busy. So everybody wants to work less and make more. So the only way you can do that, the only way you can invest minimum amount of hours into your business and produce really high income is not by selling $10,007 units, is only by selling 10 units, $7,000 each. Okay, so if you're now a member of a really low ticket entry business opportunity, something that does not have a high ticket backend, while this company or opportunity you're working with may be a great opportunity and may be a great tool perhaps, that's awesome. But you also need to start looking for another income stream now that is a high ticket income stream, because the high quality people that you're going to recruit into your organization, they too have the same ambitions as you do, and they want to make a lot of money minimum time. And again, that can only be done if you are able to sell fewer units at higher price. Because you're not Walmart, you're not Kmart, you're not Amazon, okay? Your model cannot be thousands and thousands of transactions. That's too costly and too time consuming for an individual to pull off. So your job needs to be to find the one thing or the two things that are high ticket, high price, premium price, that deliver premium experience and offer premium service and a premium product that allow you to sell just a few every single month and make really good, healthy six-figure income every single year. So that's not a wrap for the List Building Lifestyle. We'll be in your earbuds next time. Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to never miss an episode. Because who knows, just one conversion tactic we share on the show might double your list and double your business. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. And don't forget to claim your complimentary copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. This is Igor Kheifets, and until next time we talk, have a good one.
This is the podcastfactory.com.